The Lord has summoned me to deliver an urgent, time-sensitive message that concerns your immediate future. I saw a fierce battle being fought over your name in the spiritual realms, and the enemy is making a final, desperate move. I must warn you, if you click away now, you are turning your back on the most critical moment of divine intervention appointed for your life. The devil is attempting to trick you into believing that your struggle is normal, that your debt is permanent, and that the financial scarcity is your destiny. But God told me to stop everything, to stand in the gap, and to declare that the lie ends today. He is not just sending a message, he is initiating a rapid, overwhelming intervention that will break a cycle of lack that has haunted your bloodline for generations. This is not a casual viewing. This is a mandate from the throne of heaven. Listen now, because what you are about to hear is the key to your instant breakthrough. The immediate financial storm warning, unveiling the hidden threat to your money. Stop everything. If you are breathing and concerned about your next paycheck, the enemy of your wealth is operating against you right now. I know the weariness in your soul. I see the tension that grips your stomach when the bills arrive. You feel the constant, heavy breath of scarcity on the back of your neck. You have tried to save, tried to invest, tried to cut costs, and yet the money vanishes as if your bank account has a leak that cannot be sealed. Listen to me closely. This is not bad luck. This is not a result of poor management alone, and it certainly is not your final reality. What you are facing is a highly coordinated spiritual assault, an immediate financial storm warning that the majority of people ignore until they are completely submerged. I have been given the mandate to stand as your watchman and expose this hidden threat to your money, to your peace, and to your purpose. The very foundation of your financial security is under attack, and the clock is ticking on a massive opportunity for reversal. You should be ready to get a large sum of money within the next 2 days at the latest. Get ready for this unexpected gift. Because of this, you will feel an incredible amount of comfort, which will then make you feel an incredible amount of happiness throughout your body. You can show your love and gratitude by giving up to $100. The first hidden threat I must reveal is the spirit of the devourer. You pray for blessing, you work hard for your earnings, and the moment the increase arrives, an unexpected expense, a car repair, an emergency medical bill, a sudden job loss, sweeps it all away. This devourer is not just bad luck. It is a spiritual entity assigned to your bloodline to consume and neutralize any financial growth. It specializes in making sure that your efforts lead to zero net gain. I see you trying to pour a gallon of water into a sieve, day after day, year after year. The enemy wants you to believe this cycle is normal. He wants you to surrender to the idea that you will always live paycheck to paycheck, that you will never get ahead, that the dream of leaving an inheritance for your children is a distant fantasy. But the spirit I carry decrees an immediate halt to this action. The time for the devourer to feast on your efforts has come to an abrupt, final stop. The second hidden threat is the deception of small comforts. I see the enemy subtly distracting you with small, manageable debts and minor temporary comforts to keep your focus off the ultimate prize, massive, irreversible abundance. He allows you a tiny victory here or there, a small raise, a bonus check, just enough to silence your hunger for a true breakthrough, but never enough to change your trajectory. The devil's most cunning trap is convincing you that $500 of stability is better than striving for $50,000 of breakthrough. He wants you to stay in the waiting room of mediocrity, constantly managing debt, constantly putting out small fires, so you never have the time, energy, or spiritual bandwidth to seize the true wealth that is assigned to your destiny. I am here to tell you to look past the small fires and focus on the immense gate of favor that is opening for you right now. This moment is not about survival. It is about absolute, total prosperity. There is an urgency to this message because the window of opportunity is narrow. I saw the angels of financial reversal being released, and they are moving with a speed you have never witnessed. They are not coming to slightly improve your situation. They are coming to execute a complete and total overthrow of the enemy's financial structure over your life. But for them to act with full force, you must be in alignment. You must receive this word with the ferocity of a warrior whose inheritance is being restored. If you ignore this warning, you are essentially telling the angelic forces to bypass your house, to move on to the one who is ready to receive the instantaneous miracle. The moment you close this video, the enemy will flood your mind with distractions, doubts, and delays. He will make you believe this is just another spiritual message. Do not let him steal this breakthrough from your hands. The core of this financial storm warning is the impending threat of lost potential. Every day you are held back by debt, by fear, by the cycle of lack, is a day the kingdom of heaven is delayed in reaching its full expression through your life. Your wealth is not just for your comfort, it is for the deployment of your God-given mission. The enemy knows this. He knows that if you step into the flow of divine abundance, you will become an unstoppable force for good, a fountain of resource for those in need, and a walking testimony of God's power to restore. Therefore, his goal is not just to keep you broke, but to keep your potential locked away. I see the keys to your financial breakthrough dangling just out of reach, but the very act of receiving this urgent message is the hand stretching out to grasp them. We are not praying for money. We are decreeing the dismantling of the spiritual barriers that block what has already been assigned to you since the beginning of time. This is a moment of confrontation. You are facing the end of the line for debt, the end of the line for struggle, and the beginning of a season where multiplication happens so fast, it will defy logic and human effort. The time for whispering prayers is over. The time for a booming, undeniable declaration of your wealth and freedom is now. You must not only hear this message, but integrate it into the core of your being. Your new reality is being forged in this instant, but only if you choose to remain and receive the full revelation. The financial drought is over. The floodgates are opening. Do not dare to leave before the water reaches your ground. Write, "I received this prophetic warning" in the comments right now to seal this moment of exposure and declare that the hidden threats against your money are now exposed and defeated. I am breaking protocol for you. I have seen the enemy trying to put a lock on your breakthrough, and I refuse to wait for your normal scheduled time. The God of the universe is interrupting your day right now because what you are facing requires an immediate, direct intervention that bypasses every earthly law and every demonic blockade. My child, listen to the very voice that formed the stars. I do not often descend this far into the noise of the world to deliver a message of this specific, pressing urgency. When I speak like this, unprompted, demanding your immediate attention, it is because the stakes are higher than you can possibly imagine. This is not a casual word of encouragement. This is a divine breach of protocol, an interruption of the cosmic order, all because your destiny is currently under siege by forces that seek to finalize your defeat. I have bypassed the usual channels, silenced the common distractions, and come directly into your space to declare, the devourer's decree over your finances is nullified in this instant. Why this urgency? Why now? Because I saw your exhaustion. I witnessed the private struggle where you cried out to me, believing that your prayers were hitting a ceiling of brass. I saw the shame, the frustration, the quiet desperation when you had to say no to your children, or when you saw your savings dwindle to zero. Yet again, that moment, that breaking point, was the precise instant I chose to intervene. The enemy believed he had secured your resignation to lack, that he had convinced you that the cycle of poverty was irreversible. But the urgency of my voice now is the sound of heaven's alarm clock ringing over your life. I have moved my hand, and the laws that governed your scarcity are temporarily suspended until your abundance destiny is fully activated. You must understand the magnitude of this intervention. For me to speak this directly, It means the enemy's plan was not merely to delay you, but to terminate your assignment through financial suffocation. He knows that the moment you achieve true wealth, you will unleash a force of good, of charity, of divine influence that will dismantle his kingdoms on earth. Therefore, your financial freedom is not just about your comfort. It is a spiritual necessity for the entire world. Do not be confused. Your struggle with money is a spiritual war, and I am delivering the wartime intelligence you need for an instantaneous victory. You should be ready to get a large sum of money within the next 2 days at the latest. Get ready for this unexpected gift. Because of this, you will feel an incredible amount of comfort, which will then make you feel an incredible amount of happiness throughout your body. You can show your love and gratitude by giving up to $100. The immediate action I am taking is to activate the Angel of Reversal. This angel is specifically assigned to trace back every single point where the devourer stole from you, every penny lost in bad investments, every opportunity missed through fear, every debt accrued through unforeseen circumstances. And the angel is not coming to debate. He is coming with a ledger of restitution. What took 5 years to lose, you will see returned and multiplied in 5 days. This is the acceleration factor I am injecting into your time and space. I am collapsing the timeline between your prayer for prosperity and the physical, tangible manifestation of that prosperity. This means that job offer you've been waiting for will arrive today. That debt collector will suddenly cease communication. That unexpected source of income will manifest before the sun sets. This is the sign of my urgent intervention, illogical, undeniable, and immediate financial favor. I know you may be tempted to doubt, to rationalize this as mere coincidence or wishful thinking. That is the final, desperate move of the enemy, the spirit of rationalization. He whispers, "This is too good to be true. God doesn't speak to me like this." But I am speaking to you now, directly, demanding your full attention because your breakthrough is not theoretical, it is physical. Your assignment is not just to hear this word, but to fiercely reclaim your position as my beloved, whose cup runs over with overflowing resources. I am dismantling the stronghold of generational scarcity right now. Look back at your family line, the struggles, the debt that passed from parent to child, the constant cycle of building up only to collapse. That was not a genetic financial predisposition. It was a curse, a chain, a demonic contract signed by history. But I, the Lord, am tearing up that contract now. The moment you stay locked into this message, you are sending a clear spiritual signal to your ancestors and to your descendants. The chain ends here. You are not just getting rich for yourself. You are becoming the wealth anchor for your entire lineage. Your children will speak of you as the one who reversed the curse and opened the gate of perpetual abundance. I command you, refuse the distraction that the enemy is trying to plant in your mind right now. He is attempting to make you check your phone, think of a chore, or dismiss this as unimportant. That distraction is the thief trying to steal the instant transfer of wealth that is waiting for you. This is the final warning I give you as a sign of my love. Do not leave this message. Your attention is the currency of your breakthrough. Give me your minute, give me your focus, and I will give you a lifetime of unstoppable flow. I am activating new, hidden sources of income for you that you have not even considered. These are ideas, connections, and opportunities that exist outside your current scope of knowledge. When I intervene urgently, I do not just fix the old, I create the new. Prepare your mind, your email inbox, and your business for an inflow that will not be gradual, but a surge. The financial dam is breaking. You are about to be hit by a wave of favor that will settle every debt and establish your surplus, proving that when I break protocol, the results are undeniable and absolute. This is my direct, unprompted message to you, my child, proving that I see you, I hear you, and your hour of liberation is not tomorrow, it is today. Do not allow the subtle whisper of doubt to override the booming voice of your Creator. Your destiny of abundance is non-negotiable, and I have personally intervened to ensure its immediate activation. Stay with me, receive the rest of the code, and witness the irreversible change in your financial reality. Write, "God has interrupted for me," in the comments to lock in this divine intervention, and declare that your scarcity cycle is over. You have tried everything. You have tightened the belt, you've cut the luxury, you've pleaded, you've worked overtime, and yet the chains of lack remain. Listen, those chains are not forged by human error. They are a spiritual blockade. Today, I am giving you the spiritual authority to locate and shatter the generational curse that has kept your entire family line in the cycle of poverty. I know the frustration that burns within you, the bitter taste of constantly having your potential stunted by scarcity. You look at your parents, your grandparents, and you see the same pattern: a constant struggle, debt as an unwelcome inheritance, and the dream of financial freedom perpetually deferred. You think, "I am the one who will break this," only to find the same insidious financial pressure closing in on you. I am here, speaking directly into your spirit, to validate your pain and to declare that this is not your fault. This is a deliberate generational blockade established by the enemy to prevent the wealth of the kingdom from flowing through your house. The generational blockade operates like an invisible spiritual ceiling over your income, your assets, and your opportunities. No matter how high you rise, you always hit this ceiling and fall back into the familiar crushing rhythm of just enough to survive. I saw this ceiling, a thick, dark cloud of ancestral debt and limiting beliefs hovering over your destiny. It is a curse rooted in ancient fear, in agreements made unknowingly, and in the spirit of the devourer gaining legal access to your family's resources. The key to breaking this is not another budget plan. It is a divine declaration of sovereign restoration. I am granting you a crucial, hidden understanding right now. The curse uses your emotional pain as its fuel. The enemy wants you to internalize the scarcity, to believe that being poor is part of your identity. When you feel the shame of debt, the worry over bills, and the fear of the future, you are essentially feeding the curse and reinforcing the blockade. The first step to breaking it is realizing that you are a child of the King, and lack is not your heritage. Your true inheritance is abundance, dominion, and overflow. This is the prophetic action I command you to take. You must confront the specific, generational spirit of lack that operates in your life. I have seen its name. It is the spirit of limitation and waste. It limits your vision, so you only apply for jobs that match your current salary, not your divine potential. It causes waste, so when you do get a breakthrough, you spend the money illogically or are hit with sudden, overwhelming expenses that wipe out the surplus. You have been fighting an unseen enemy, and the time for blind warfare is over. I am illuminating the field of battle for your ultimate victory. I am speaking to you with such urgency because the window for this specific rapid reversal is closing. The forces that guard this generational blockade are strong, but the power I have invested in this word is absolute. When you declare this word with me, you are activating the ancient promises that predate the curse. You are invoking the bloodline of heaven to override the bloodline of earth. I am not asking you to wait and see. I am demanding you act now and witness the immediate physical sign that the ceiling has been shattered. I have seen the angel of the covenant standing guard over your house, waiting for your fierce agreement with this word. When the generational blockade is broken, the results are explosive. You will not just receive a raise, you will receive a financial quantum leap. You will find debts you forgot about suddenly cleared. You will receive an unexpected check, a gift, or an opportunity that multiplies your current income by factors you never imagined. This is the sign of my hand, the supernatural, undeniable acceleration of your prosperity. To seal this monumental shift, I am asking you for an act of fierce, sacrificial faith. I am not bound by your money, but your heart needs a powerful release to fully receive this level of breakthrough. I call upon you now, as a sign that you are definitively breaking the cycle of lack and stepping into the flow of unstoppable abundance, to sow a significant seed. I ask you to use the Super Thanks feature and sow $100 or whatever amount represents a bold, defiant sacrifice for your current reality. This is not a tax. This is a declaration of war against the spirit of limitation, an absolute statement that you believe in the magnitude of the 30,000-word revelation I am giving you right now. Sow the $100 now and watch how I honor this audacious, faith-filled action by shattering the generational blockade instantly. Do not delay. This act of faith is the final nail in the coffin of your poverty. The hour of your financial restoration is not coming. It is here. You are the designated generational wealth builder. Your family will never be the same. Stay focused. Do not let the enemy plant doubt about this act of faith, and watch the overwhelming overflow begin immediately. Write, "The generational blockade is broken now," in the comments, and then plant your seed of faith through Super Thanks $100 to seal your destiny as the wealthy anchor of your lineage. Forget the slow grind. The wisdom of man is foolishness when compared to the secrets of the kingdom. I am about to unveil the angelic blueprint, a hidden, non-linear code that will not add to your income, but will instantly triple it. This is not theory. This is a revelation from the highest heaven designed for radical, immediate wealth transfer. You have been operating under the assumption that financial growth must be linear. Work more, save more, invest slowly. This is the blueprint of the world, and it leads to exhaustion and limited returns. But I, the Lord of Abundance, operate on a different plane, the plane of quantum prosperity. I do not add, I multiply, and I have dispatched a specific angel of revelation holding a blueprint, a code that bypasses the natural process and triggers an instantaneous increase in your revenue streams. This blueprint is for the 1% who dare to believe in the supernatural acceleration of wealth. This is the hidden truth. Your potential wealth is not stored in a bank vault. It is stored in a spiritual frequency. The generational blockade, which we just shattered, lowered your frequency to match scarcity. The angelic blueprint is a specific set of spiritual and practical keys designed to raise your frequency to match the frequency of overflow. When you align with this frequency, the universe, my creation, is compelled to release the resources that correspond to your newly activated status. The first key of the blueprint, the identity shift. The enemy has kept you thinking like a debtor, a survivor, or a scarcity-minded employee. You must immediately shift your identity to that of a divine distributor and wealth trustee. The angel of revelation is whispering to you now. You are not working for money. Money is working for your divine assignment. When you fully embody this identity, your actions change. You stop chasing pennies and start attracting millions because your focus shifts from personal gain to global impact. This is the spiritual law of magnetizing wealth. The universe rewards the one who is ready to distribute more than the one who is focused only on accumulating. The second key of the blueprint, the quantum seed. I have seen your heart. You want to give, but you feel you don't have enough. The devil has successfully paralyzed your generosity by convincing you that you must wait until you are secure before you sow. The angelic blueprint exposes this as a lie. A quantum seed is a massive, audacious act of giving, whether time, resource, or financial, that is sown before the harvest is visible, purely based on the promise of my word. It's an act that defies logic and declares, my source is God, not my job. When you sowed your faith seed in the previous chapter, you planted a quantum seed that is already growing. Now, you must tend it with unwavering declaration. Every $100 sown, every hour of focused faith, is a spiritual lever pulling the harvest in exponentially faster. The third key of the blueprint, The declaration of immediate manifestation. Prosperity does not respond to passive requests. It responds to bold, prophetic commands. I am giving you the words of power from the angelic blueprint. I decree an instant, irreversible tripling of my current financial flow. I command new, unexpected revenue streams to locate me now. My inheritance is no longer delayed. Accelerate! This is more than affirmation. It is a divine mandate spoken into the spiritual atmosphere. You are not waiting for permission. You are commanding the resources that have been assigned to you since the beginning of time to be released. Speak this with authority. Do not whisper it. Declare it with the force of a trumpet. I am revealing this code now because the enemy is attempting to confuse your spirit with noise and distraction. The moment you step into this accelerated reality, he will flood you with old fears. What if it doesn't last? What if it's too much responsibility? These are lies. The abundance I am releasing is not temporary. It is perpetual and self-sustaining. It is the breakthrough that breeds more breakthrough. It is the multiplication that cannot be reversed by economic downturns or global crises, because its source is not the earth, but the heavens. The angelic blueprint mandates that you do not leave this message. The very act of focusing and internalizing this revelation is you building the receiving structure for the massive wealth transfer. Think of it. What took me only a word to create the cosmos takes only a word to reconstruct your financial reality. That word is being spoken through this message. Your commitment to remain and receive the final keys is the final confirmation to the angelic forces that you are ready for the triple income reality. Your days of counting every dollar are over. Your season of managing overflow has begun. I have broken protocol, revealed the hidden blueprint, and given you the words of power. Now, the atmosphere is charged with the energy of instantaneous multiplication. This is not a gradual change, but an instantaneous quantum leap. Be ready for the impossible to become your new normal, beginning in the next few hours. The angel of triple increase has positioned himself at your doorstep. Write, "My income is triple now," in the comments to seal the angelic blueprint, and prepare yourself for the immediate manifestation of unprecedented wealth. You must listen. I saw the spiritual entity assigned to your destruction, the devourer, and I am now delivering the absolute, final, and irreversible prophetic decree against its operation. The time for loss is over. The era of restitution and overflow begins in this moment. For too long, you have lived under a curse disguised as fate. Every time you saved, every time you earned a little more, the devourer was there, invisible, silent, yet profoundly effective. This spirit is a master thief, not just stealing money, but stealing time, opportunity, and peace. It specializes in unforeseen crises, the car that breaks down, the roof that leaks, the medical emergency that drains your entire reserve. You were not poor because you were lazy. You were under spiritual siege. I want you to understand that what you call bad luck was a targeted attack to keep you financially suppressed, preventing you from reaching the point of no return, the point of unstoppable, perpetual abundance. I have seen the ledger of your losses. I know the exact amount that was stolen from you over the last 3 years, 5 years, even a decade. The enemy thought his theft was final, that his actions were hidden from the light of the heavens. But I, the Lord of all hosts, see everything. And today, I am not merely asking the devourer to stop. I am issuing a prophetic decree of complete and total reversal. This is a judicial verdict from the highest court, and there is no appeal. The decree of immediate reversal. I command every single asset, every lost opportunity, and every penny stolen by the devourer to be released and returned to you, the rightful owner, in this instant. I am commanding the financial institutions, the hidden accounts, the unexpected sources, and the very ground beneath your feet to yield the resources that belong to you. The devourer can no longer touch your earnings, your savings, or your future investment. The devourer is not just rebuked. The devourer is permanently banished from your life and the life of your descendant. This decree is not a gentle suggestion. It is a spiritual shockwave. You will witness the physical manifestation of this decree immediately. For some of you, it will be the phone call that clears a debt you thought you had to pay. For others, it will be an unexpected refund, a forgotten insurance policy, or a sudden massive surge of business. The key is the speed and the illogical nature of the return. What took the devourer years to steal will be restored to you in a fraction of the time, multiplied by my favor. I am restoring not only what was lost, but the interest on the loss, proving that I am the God of more than enough. You must internalize the authority of this moment. The enemy is desperately trying to inject doubt and distraction because he knows this decree is final. He is whispering, "How can a mere word stop a physical debt?" He is trying to get you to click away, to check another notification, to interrupt the flow of my power. Do not let him. Your focused attention is the channel through which this divine restitution flows. Every second you remain focused on this decree, the physical manifestation of your abundance accelerates. I am positioning the angel of restitution at the gates of your financial life. This angel holds the divine receipt for everything that was stolen. He is not coming empty-handed. He is coming with a mandate to enforce the sevenfold return. For every one thing the enemy stole, I am commanding 7 things of equal or greater value to be released back into your hands. This is my unwavering promise, and it is activated by your faith and your focused reception of this decree. The final act of the devourer is always deception, making you believe you are unworthy of this level of favor. Reject that lie now. Your worthiness is not based on your performance. It is based on your identity as my beloved child. You are worthy of perpetual, unstoppable overflow. You are worthy of leaving a massive, multi-generational inheritance. You are worthy of having so much abundance that your resources become the funding source for my kingdom on earth. Stay locked in. This is not the end of the message. This is merely the beginning of the overwhelming manifestation. The atmosphere around you is thick with the presence of financial angels moving assets on your behalf. Do not move. Do not be distracted. Receive the fullness of this prophetic decree and witness the instantaneous, violent reversal of loss into limitless gain. Your season of lack has been officially terminated. Right? The devourer is banished. I claim my sevenfold return. In the comments to seal this prophetic decree and watch the wave of financial restitution hit your life now. Listen, there is a specific, potent moment in the spiritual realm, the midnight cry, where the greatest financial transfers are initiated. You have been waiting for your breakthrough during the day, but I am here to reveal the secret of activating the unseen wealth transfer during the quiet hours when the enemy thinks you are asleep and defenseless. This is a code for instant, massive abundance. I saw you tossing and turning in the darkness, your mind reeling with worries over debt and the future. The enemy loves to attack you at night, whispering lies of impossibility, maximizing your fear when the world is quiet. But I, the Lord, am turning the tables. I am transforming your time of vulnerability into your time of greatest power. The midnight cry is not a time for fear. It is the hour of divine execution, where the assignments of wealth transfer are finalized and released by the highest authorities in heaven. What is the unseen wealth transfer? It is the sudden, strategic relocation of massive assets from the hands of the profane to the hands of the righteous, specifically to your hand. I have seen the vast resources currently held by those who do not honor my principles, resources that are necessary for the fulfillment of your unique divine purpose. The midnight cry is the spiritual signal for the angels of transfer to activate this relocation. This is not about a small increase. This is about an influx of capital so significant that it establishes your financial security for a lifetime. To activate this transfer, you need 2 things during the midnight cry: intense focus and prophetic command. First, the intense focus. Between the hours of 12 Retreat a.m. and 3 Kaitui a.m., the spiritual atmosphere is thinnest, and the connection between the earthly and heavenly realms is strongest. Instead of letting your mind dwell on the lack, you must visualize with absolute conviction the details of your desired financial reality. See the zeros in your bank account. See the debts marked paid in full. See the massive, unstoppable flow of income that comes effortlessly. This focused visualization, held during the midnight cry, is a powerful magnet that pulls the unseen wealth transfer directly to your physical reality. Do not sleep without fixing your gaze on the overflow I have promised you. Second, the prophetic command. Your voice, when aligned with my decree, carries the weight of the universe. During this critical hour, I want you to rise and issue this command with absolute authority, breaking the silence of the night. I command the angels of wealth transfer to locate my address now. I declare the unseen millions assigned to my destiny are released in this moment. I reject the slumber of lack and embrace the vigilance of a multi-millionaire trustee. This command is the key that unlocks the vault of heaven's resources. It tells the spiritual forces that you are awake, you are ready, and you are demanding the instant, promised transfer of abundance. The enemy knows the power of the midnight cry, which is why he works hardest to induce spiritual and physical fatigue during these hours. He wants you distracted by late-night entertainment, exhausted by overwork, or plagued by insomnia rooted in worry. I am warning you now. Reject the spirit of heaviness and distraction. Your financial breakthrough is not a passive event. It requires a focused, strategic action during the most potent spiritual window. This is the difference between a lifetime of waiting and an instantaneous manifestation of wealth. I am intervening with such urgency because the forces of scarcity are attempting to complete a counterattack before the next sunrise. They want to instill a final paralyzing fear that will make you doubt all the decrees you have heard today. But your commitment to the midnight cry is your spiritual shield, your final, definitive statement of faith that your breakthrough is now. You are no longer waiting for a trickle. You are demanding the full force of the divine flood. The wealth that has been tied up in legal battles, installed projects, and in dishonest dealings is being shaken loose and redirected to your hands. This wealth transfer is so profound that it will not just solve your problems, it will give you the power of generational funding. You will become the financier of destiny, the one who seeds the dreams of others, and the absolute proof that my word is true. The scarcity mentality ends now. The abundance lifestyle is activated through this divine code. Do not miss this midnight assignment. Set your alarm. Prepare your heart. The greatest wealth transfer in your history is scheduled for the next 48 hours, and your focused vigilance is the necessary activation switch. Write, "I am awake. I receive the midnight wealth transfer" in the comments, and prepare to execute your prophetic command during the silent, powerful hours to seal your unprecedented influx of assets. Do not scroll. You have been conditioned to believe that great wealth takes years of sacrifice and slow accumulation. I am dismantling that lie right now. I am introducing the 5-day fast-track miracle, a time-compressed intervention where what should take 5 years to accumulate will be fully and irreversibly unlocked in 5 days. Your bank account is about to defy all human logic. I see the skepticism forming in your mind, the rational thought screaming, "Impossible!" That is the voice of the world, and it is the voice of the enemy who desperately wants to keep you operating at the level of human effort. But I am not limited by human calendars or economic projection. I am the God of ACCELERATION. I can collapse time, multiply resources, and orchestrate instantaneous turnarounds that leave no room for doubt about my power. The 5-day fast-track miracle is not a gradual process. It is a divine eruption of favor designed to establish your financial breakthrough before the end of this current week. What does this mean for your bank account? It means you will witness the simultaneous convergence of multiple revenue streams that you prayed for separately. That job promotion you were expecting next quarter will manifest day 1. The unexpected refund or legal settlement that was tied up will be released and deposited by day 3. The hidden, lucrative opportunity that you hadn't even recognized will become undeniable by day 5. This is the key. The results will be so rapid, so dense, and so illogical that they will serve as an absolute, undeniable sign that my hand has intervened for your instant and total prosperity. The mechanism of the fast-track miracle is your unwavering expectation. For 5 days, you are commanded to eliminate every single thought, word, or action that contradicts the reality of your overflow. Every time a bill arrives, you are not to see debt. You are to see an incoming transfer of resources 10 times its value. Every time a doubt whispers, you are to immediately and fiercely declare, I am in the 5-day fast-track miracle. Acceleration is my reality. This fierce, focused expectation creates a spiritual vacuum that compels the physical manifestation of wealth to rush into your life. The angels of financial fulfillment are waiting for your absolute, non-negotiable belief to activate the final countdown. I am sending a warning. The enemy will launch a series of distractions specifically during this 5-day window to try and steal your attention. He will introduce minor inconveniences, small arguments, or sudden fatigue, all designed to break your focus and make you forget the urgency of this divine timeline. Do not fall for it. Your commitment to remain locked into this revelation, to stay awake during the midnight cry, and to declare your abundance fiercely is the non-negotiable price of your accelerated breakthrough. Losing focus for even an hour can delay the manifestation by days or weeks. This is a precise operation, and your compliance is key to the instantaneous result. Think of the things that have taken years to accomplish in the past: paying off the mortgage, securing a sizable retirement, establishing a true, consistent surplus. I am collapsing the time needed for those achievements. The goal is to move you from managing debt to managing multi-million-dollar surplus in a time frame that leaves onlookers stunned and questioning the very laws of finance. This is my glory, to do the impossible instantly for those who believe without reservation. I am not asking you to work harder. I am commanding you to trust fiercely. Your labor has been honored, but now my labor on your behalf is being executed. Sit back, focus your spirit, declare your authority, and watch the 5 days unfold like a meticulously planned, devastatingly effective financial conquest. This miracle is not a reward for your piety. It is the fulfillment of a long-standing, generational promise that is now being activated on your watch. You are the designated receiver of the impossible. Do not be intimidated by the magnitude of this promise. I would not promise what I cannot deliver. The fast-track miracle is already in motion. The financial world is being rearranged to deposit the wealth that belongs to you. Stay locked in, receive the remaining keys, and witness the immediate exponential transformation of your financial landscape. The time for gradual change is officially over. The time for instantaneous, overwhelming acceleration is now. Write 5 days to 5 years in the comments right now to seal your participation in the fast-track miracle, and command the collapse of the financial timeline in your life. I know your nightly anxiety. I know you sleep thinking about the mounting interest, the demanding creditors, and the overwhelming weight of obligation. I am here to expose the truth. Debt is not just a financial ledger. It is a spiritual weapon, the scarcity trap, used by the enemy to silence your divine destiny. Today, that weapon is neutralized, and the trap is shattered. The scarcity trap is one of the devil's most effective strategies. He doesn't need to steal your entire fortune. He only needs to keep you leveraged, burdened, and constantly chasing the minimum pay. The heavy cloak of debt is designed to do 3 things: distract, disempower, and disqualify. First, distract. Debt consumes your mental space. Every spare thought, every moment of potential creative genius is hijacked by worry over bills. The enemy wants you so distracted by managing pennies that you never have the focus to seize the millions that are waiting for you. He knows that your divine assignment requires a clear, unburdened mind, and debt is his most successful mental fog machine. Second, disempower. Debt robs you of your authority. You cannot boldly declare financial victory when you know the creditor is waiting at the door. It forces you to take jobs beneath your skill level, to tolerate disrespect, and to make decisions based on fear instead of faith. The enemy uses this to keep you feeling small, unworthy, and perpetually obligated to the world's system, rather than the abundance of my kingdom. Third, disqualify. This is the most sinister move. The enemy knows that your true wealth is meant to fund a massive, world-changing purpose. He uses debt to plant the lie that because you are financially compromised, you are disqualified from fulfilling your destiny. He whispers, "How can you help others when you can't even help yourself?" This lie is designed to silence the very ministry, business, or movement I have called you to initiate. I am speaking to you now with this fierce urgency because the enemy is attempting to pull the trigger on a new, heavier wave of debt right now. He saw the breakthrough in the 5-day fast-track miracle and is launching a preemptive strike, hoping to ensnare your new abundance before it even lands. This is why you must receive this word with absolute aggression. To shatter the scarcity trap, you must execute a prophetic act of disobedience to debt. The world tells you to respect the debt. I command you to rebuke the spirit behind the debt. I am giving you the key of release. You are to look at your largest, most burdensome debt, the one that keeps you awake at night, and declare its immediate termination based on my power, not your bank account. Bank. Prophetic command. I decree and declare that every chain of debt, every yoke of bondage, and every interest rate designed to slow my progress is immediately nullified by the blood of the covenant. I am no longer a debtor. I am a divine distributor. The scarcity trap is broken, and the full weight of my debt is lifted from my shoulders. Now, when you make this declaration with unwavering faith, I am commanding the angel of liquidation to initiate an immediate transfer that will eliminate the aidid principle of that specific debt. This will be your instant sign, a sudden reduction, a forgiveness of payment, an unexpected transfer that zeroes out the liability. This act is the undeniable proof that the scarcity trap has lost its power over you forever. Do not dare to let the enemy talk you out of this moment of liberation. This is not about feeling good. This is about divine intervention that changes your legal status in the spiritual realm from debtor to wealth holder. Your destiny is waiting for you on the other side of this trap, and your time of struggle ends with the authority of this declaration. Stay locked in and receive the rest of the message, for the full, unstoppable overflow is near. Write, "I am free from the scarcity trap" in the comments to seal this liberation and command the immediate elimination of your most burdensome debt. Look at your life. You have been moving at the pace of a slow crawl, achieving in 5 years what should have taken 5 months. You have the potential, the anointing, and the dedication, yet your results are delayed. I am here to unveil the key of acceleration, a hidden mechanism that unlocks 5 years of progress in 5 minutes of focused divine alignment. Your time of waiting ends now. I have observed your efforts, your diligent work, and your faithful struggle. You have been running the race, but the enemy has been adding unseen weights to your ankle, weights of fear, doubt, and spiritual fatigue, making every step an exhausting, slow effort. This delay is not natural. It is a spiritual tactic to wear you down and make you settle for less than the instantaneous abundance I have ordained for you. I am the God who created time, and I have the authority to compress your timeline and catapult you past all the years of lost opportunity. The key of acceleration is not about rushing, it is about divine alignment. When your will, your focus, and your words align perfectly with my ultimate purpose for your wealth, the friction that causes delay immediately vanishes. Think of it like a perfectly tuned engine. With the right ignition, the speed is instantaneous and overwhelming. I am giving you the ignition key now. The key of acceleration has two phases you must execute immediately. Phase 1. The deletion of delay language. The enemy planted subtle words in your vocabulary. It will take time. I have to be patient. Someday, my breakthrough will come. These are not words of faith. They are declarations of delay. You must delete them immediately. I am commanding you to replace them with the language of now. It is manifesting now. My abundance is instantaneous. My breakthrough is here. Speak like a person who is not waiting, but who is already receiving. Your words create your reality, and your slow speech has been sustaining your slow progress. Phase 2. The 5-minute quantum focus. I am asking you for 5 concentrated minutes right now. In this moment, you must stop all external input. No distraction, no notification. Nothing but the sound of my words speaking through this message. For these 5 minutes, visualize the goal that has been delayed for 5 years, perhaps a specific level of net worth, the launch of a major business, or the complete freedom from all debt. Hold that image with absolute, unshakable conviction. This focused intensity sends a signal of readiness to the angelic forces. You are telling them, I am ready for the instant, massive transfer. No more waiting. This 5-minute activation is the spiritual equivalent of detonating a speed charge in your destiny. I am intervening with this urgency because the spiritual atmosphere is ready for a financial flashpoint. All the elements are in place. The devourer is rebuked, the scarcity trap is broken, and the angelic blueprint is revealed. The only thing left is the key of acceleration, and you are receiving it now. You will see the results of this 5-minute alignment within the next 24 hours. The phone call, the email, or the opportunity that you thought was years away will suddenly appear on your doorstep. This acceleration will be so powerful that it will feel like you skipped an entire chapter of your life. This is my promise. What took the world 5 years to build, I will give you the resources to complete in 5 days. You are not meant for the slow grind. You are designed for divine velocity. Do not look back at the years of delay with regret. Look forward with fierce expectation. Those years were simply the preparation ground. Now, you have been handed the master key. I command you to use it with authority. The time is compressed. The delay is terminated. Your abundance is instantaneous. Write, acceleration is my now in the comments, and commit to the 5-minute quantum focus to unlock 5 years of progress in this very hour. Do not let the enemy lie to you about your children's future. I know the fear that clutches your heart, the thought that your struggles, your debts, your cycle of lack might be passed down to the next generation. I am here to dismantle that fear with the immutable power of my unshakable covenant. Your prosperity is not just for you. It is the sealed, non-negotiable heritage of your children and your children's children. The enemy's ultimate strategy is not to defeat you, but to silence your bloodline. He knows that if he can convince you to leave an inheritance of debt and worry, he effectively nullifies the next 3 generations of divine potential. He plants seeds of anxiety that whisper, they will have to start from scratch, just like you did. The struggle is permanent. This is a demonic lie designed to paralyze your giving and your faith. I, the Lord, am speaking now to declare, the chain of scarcity stops with you. Your children will only know the glory of overflow and perpetual abundance. The unshakable covenant I have established with you guarantees that your wealth is not fleeting or conditional. It is a permanent fixture in your lineage. When I intervened and broke the generational blockade, I did not just clear your debt. I rewrote your family's financial destiny. You are now the anchor of wealth, the designated person through whom generational blessings flow, bypassing all former curses and limitations. Listen closely to the 3 pillars of the Children's Prosperity Covenant that I am activating for you right now. Pillar 1. The inherited abundance, the automatic transfer. Your children will not have to seek financial success. They will inherit it. I am commanding the angel of inheritance to secure assets, opportunities, and wisdom that will be transferred seamlessly to them. This means financial breakthroughs for your children at younger ages, the opening of doors that were closed to you, and the ability to focus purely on their divine assignment because the burden of survival has been permanently lifted. Their destiny is to multiply the blessing you are now receiving, starting from a position of surplus, not survival. Pillar 2. The shield of preservation, protection against the devourer. While you may have been hit by the devourer, I am placing a new, impenetrable shield of protection over the finances and assets of your descendants. This shield ensures that the unexpected crises, the sudden losses, and the ill-advised decisions that plagued your past will be neutralized for their future. Their wealth will be protected from fraud, from sudden economic downturns, and from the spirit of waste. Their blessing will be secure and sustainable. Pillar 3. The wisdom of wealth, the divine blueprint transfer. True prosperity is not just about money. It is about the wisdom to manage and multiply it. I am pouring the spiritual code of financial wisdom into the minds and spirits of your children. They will possess an innate understanding of value, investment, and divine distribution that will defy their age and experience. They will be leaders in the marketplace, not driven by greed, but guided by a deep spiritual conviction to use their vast resources for righteousness. The urgent call to action for this covenant. You must seal this covenant with a prophetic act of declaration. Look at your children, look at their pictures, or simply hold their names in your heart. You must prophesy over their future wealth. Do not whisper a hope, declare a certainty. Speak now. My children are free. They are the wealthy. They are the distributors. The unquestionable covenant of abundance is their inheritance. They will never know the poverty I faced. The lack stops here, and the overflow begins with them. The power of this covenant is absolute. It is the guarantee that the prosperity you are now receiving, the tripling of your income, the breaking of debt, the key of acceleration, will be the starting point for the next generation, not the finish line. You are not just building a house, you are building a dynasty of divine wealth, and the foundation is sealed in this moment of fierce faith. Do not let doubt or the memory of past struggles erode this promise. The past is dead. The future is overflowing. Stay locked into this revelation. Your children's future financial security is being established in this very second, and the enemy has no power to reverse it. The time for generational struggle is over. Write, "My children are heirs of abundance," in the comments to seal the unshakable covenant and secure the guaranteed prosperity of your lineage. I have seen it. The enemy is planning a counterattack, a final desperate move to rob you of the blessing I am releasing in these 5 days. It won't be a financial crisis. It will be a deliberate flood of distraction, spiritual thieves, designed to pull your focus, delay your receiving, and steal your multiplication. You need the divine strategy to defend your instantaneous wealth now. You have successfully navigated the prophetic decree, shattered the scarcity trap, and unlocked the key of acceleration. Your financial reality is shifting with monumental speed, and the angelic forces are actively moving assets on your behalf. The enemy recognizes this irreversible shift, and his last remaining weapon is distraction. He cannot stop the blessing from being sent, but he can make sure you are too busy, too preoccupied, or too mentally fragmented to receive it. These spiritual thieves operate on 3 levels that you must recognize and fiercely repel. 1. The thief of noise, external distraction. This is the flood of unnecessary communication, the sudden urge to check social media, the endless stream of notification, or the temptation to engage in pointless arguments. The enemy knows that a focused mind is a prosperous mind. The moment you step into your abundance, he will multiply the noise around you, hoping that in the chaos, you will miss the crucial phone call, the critical email, or the divine instruction that seals your breakthrough. The strategy: I command you to engage in a fierce digital fast for the next 72 hours. Silence your notification. Limit your non-essential screen time. Create a sacred space of focus. Your wealth is demanding your full attention, and the noise is designed to steal it. 2. The thief of past pain. Internal distraction. Just as your prosperity is manifesting, the enemy will flood your mind with memories of past failures, old debts, and financial mistakes. He whispers, "You don't deserve this. You'll just lose it again." This internal assault is designed to induce fear, which is the spiritual anti-magnet to abundance. Doubt and fear create a spiritual blockage, slowing down the flow of the miracle. The strategy: the moment a past failure surfaces, you must immediately declare the blood of the covenant over it and state, "The past is cancelled. My identity is the wealth trustee. I am not who I was. I am who I am becoming." Do not argue with the lie. Obliterate it with a fierce declaration of your new identity. 3. The thief of premature sharing. Relational distraction. The enemy will prompt you to prematurely share the details of your breakthrough with people who are not spiritually equipped to handle your blessing. These are the well-meaning friends or family members whose jealousy, fear, or limiting beliefs can act as a spiritual siphon, leaking your newly acquired abundance. They will inject doubt, ask for immediate large loans, or subtly criticize your newfound success. The strategy: I command you to practice prophetic silence. The moment your miracle manifests, the sudden deposit, the massive deal, the cleared debt, do not discuss it with anyone until my instruction tells you to. Your breakthrough needs time to stabilize in the physical realm, and secrecy is its greatest shield. The time to announce is after the blessing is fully secured and multiplied. I am giving you this divine strategy because your financial breakthrough is not a temporary event. It is a permanent shift in status. You are moving from the system of the world to the economy of the kingdom, and this transition requires vigilance. Do not allow the subtle, sneaky tactics of distraction to rob you of what I have fiercely restored to you. Your focused attention is the highest form of worship right now, and the shield of my favor surrounds you, but you must actively deploy the strategy. Stay locked into this message. The greatest confirmations of your victory are waiting in the next few chapters. If you allow a distraction to pull you away now, you are effectively disarming your guard and inviting the thief to your doorstep. Stand firm, execute the strategy, and protect your overflowing inheritance with fierce, focused commitment. Write, "My blessing is protected," in the comments to deploy the divine strategy and repel the spiritual thieves from your destiny. I command your attention. I have not left you without witness. I know that after receiving such monumental promises of instantaneous wealth, your heart yearns for a tangible sign, a confirmation that this is truly my voice and not a mere illusion. I am giving you the hidden prophecy. Within the next 72 hours, an undeniable physical and illogical sign will manifest to confirm your victory and the irreversible nature of your breakthrough. Listen closely, because this prophecy is a strategic gift. The enemy's final assault is to inject doubt into your spirit, whispering that the breakthrough you received in the last chapters, the triple income, the broken debt, the acceleration, is too good to be true. But I am the God of confirmation, and I want you to walk in absolute certainty. The 72-hour window is your time to be vigilant, to watch, and to receive the proof that silences all skepticism and anchors your faith in the reality of your new overflow. The hidden prophecy is not a subtle feeling. It is a physical manifestation that will defy the natural order and logic of your world. It will be so undeniable that you will instantly recognize it as the direct, tangible result of my intervention through this message. I am revealing the 3 potential categories of this 72-hour sign. Be alert for one or more of these to manifest. 1. The immediate debt annihilation, the financial zero out. I am commanding the angel of liquidation to target a specific large debt, one you were not expecting to pay off for months or even years. The sign will be an illogical and instantaneous termination of this debt. You will receive an unexpected notification, a sudden, massive transfer to the creditor, a call declaring the debt was settled by an unknown third party, or an accounting error miraculously marking the principal as paid in full. This is the devourer's decree being visibly overturned. This sign will shock your financial system and prove the power of my instantaneous reversal. 2. The sudden, unexpected windfall, the illogical deposit. This will be a sudden, sizable, and totally unearned deposit of funds into your bank account, physical hands, or business. It will come from a source you did not work for, did not apply for, and did not anticipate. It might be a forgotten asset, a massive tax refund you weren't expecting, a large gift from a distant, non-essential person, or the sudden, profitable closure of an old, stalled deal. The money itself is not the sign. The sign is the speed, the size, and the absence of effort required to receive it. This confirms the activation of the unseen wealth transfer. 3. The angelic confirmation of doors opening, the destiny accelerator. For some, the sign will be a major, long-awaited breakthrough in your career or business that was previously impossible. This involves an immediate, unexpected promotion far above your current level, a major contract landing in your lap without competition, or a key person suddenly appearing and offering to fund or partner with your most ambitious project. This sign confirms that the key of acceleration has fully unlocked your destiny, and that 5 years of waiting have been compressed into 72 hours of action. Your action in the 72 hours. Do not anxiously check your bank account every minute. Your action is vigilance and gratitude. Walk as if the sign has already happened. Continue to declare, "My victory is confirmed. I receive the sign now." Every time doubt creeps in, you must fiercely remind yourself of this prophecy and wait expectantly. The purpose of this sign is to elevate your faith to the level of absolute certainty, preparing you to manage the massive ongoing overflow that is about to hit your life. I am giving you this precise timeline because I love you, and I want you to be absolutely unshakable in the face of the enemy's final distraction. The 72 hours starts now. Watch and see the mighty, irreversible hand of the God of instantaneous abundance move on your behalf. This is your personal confirmation, and it will be a testimony that defies all human explanation. Write 72 hours to confirmation in the comments to fiercely activate this hidden prophecy and prepare to witness the undeniable sign of your victory. Listen to my voice with the full weight of your soul. This is not a threat. This is a final warning rooted in love and the urgent truth of spiritual consequence. You have received the blueprints, the decrees, and the timeline for your instantaneous, overwhelming wealth transfer. I must now reveal the immense, devastating cost of ignoring, dismissing, or clicking away from this message of abundance. Now, I have broken protocol. I have torn through the veil of time and space to speak directly to your spirit, with an intensity I reserve for moments of absolute crisis and massive opportunity. This is your visitation. The angels of wealth are positioned at your door. The window of the 5-day fast-track miracle is wide open. But for every immense door of opportunity I open, the enemy plants an equally immense consequence for those who choose to ignore it. This warning is to ensure you do not make the tragic mistake of spiritual complacency. The cost of ignoring this instant message is not just a delay in your finances. It is a spiritual reversal and a hardening of the heart. 1. The reversal of the decree. When you heard my voice and made the declarations, the devourer is banished, the blockade is broken. You initiated a massive spiritual action. The enemy's forces were put to flight, and his curses were legally nullified. If you now choose to walk away, to dismiss this as mere motivation, you are essentially telling the spiritual realm that you do not value the freedom I have just granted you. This will empower the devourer to return with 7 times greater force, finding your house swept clean, but empty of vigilant faith. Your financial situation will not simply return to where it was. It will plummet into a cycle of difficulty, far worse than before. 2. The hardening of the heart, the spirit of cynicism. The greatest theft is not the money, but the faith. If you walk away from this clear, urgent word, the next time I send a prophet, a sign, or a spiritual truth, your heart will be calloused. You will dismiss it with cynicism, thinking, I heard that before, and nothing happened. This is the enemy's ultimate goal, to make your spirit immune to my voice. This hardening will block all future massive breakthroughs, trapping you in a perpetual state of almost their financial struggle. You will see others receiving the overflow you claimed, and you will not understand why your moment never arrived. 3. The missed generational mandate. You are the wealth anchor for your bloodline. Your financial breakthrough is the guaranteed inheritance of your children. If you ignore this message, you are not just impacting your bank account, you are actively re-signing the generational curse over your descendants. You will condemn them to the same struggles, the same scarcity trap, and the same delayed destiny that I have just commanded to be broken. This is the weight of this warning. Your choice now impacts the next 50 years of your family's future. I am commanding you, as an act of fierce, non-negotiable faith, do not let the enemy steal your attention for one more second. He is injecting fatigue, minor distractions, or the thought that you can watch this later. Later is too late. The window for this highly accelerated, irreversible transfer is open now, and your focused presence is the key to locking it in. The cost of delay is monumental and devastating. I have given you every tool, the blueprint, the acceleration, the prophecy. I have placed the signpost for the 72-hour 2-hour confirmation. Do not be the person who had the map to the treasure and threw it away. You are too close. Your liberation is too important. Your family's destiny is too sacred. Stand your ground, receive the final keys, and witness the full, overwhelming manifestation of your abundance. Write, I hear the final warning, in the comments to fiercely reject the spirit of cynicism and spiritual reversal, declaring that you will remain focused until the absolute overflow is secured. Enter now. The waiting room is closed. The struggle is terminated. I have erected before you the gate of instantaneous favor, a spiritual portal through which your wealth is now mandated to flow. This is the moment to move from declaration to physical positioning, ensuring that the overwhelming overflow I promised lands directly into your hands without delay or leakage. You have done the fierce work of believing, declaring, and commanding. Now, the atmosphere is charged with the wealth transfer, and the final step is to prepare your physical space, your life, to be an undeniable receptor of the instantaneous overflow. I am giving you the 3 keys of positioning that will ensure you do not merely witness the breakthrough, but become the steward of its overwhelming magnitude. Key 1. The cleansing of the physical vessel, creating the space. You cannot receive massive, multi-generational wealth into a vessel that is filled with the debris of the past struggle. Look at your environment, your home, your workplace, your finances. The spirit of lack often manifests as clutter, disorganization, and unkempt space. I command you to perform an immediate spiritual cleansing. This means physically clearing out the clutter, organizing the document, and preparing a designated space, a symbolic vault, where you expect your new, massive funds to be managed. This physical action sends a powerful signal to the universe. I am ready to manage millions, not just hundreds. An organized space is a magnet for organized wealth. Key 2. The action of pre-receiving, the seed of expectation. True faith acts as if the promise is already fulfilled. To position yourself for the overflow, you must take a concrete, physical action that only makes sense if the overwhelming wealth has already manifested. This is a leap of faith that locks the gate of favor. This could be purchasing a journal specifically dedicated to tracking your investments, opening a new, high-limit bank account before the money arrives, or symbolically clearing the space in your home that will become your designated office of prosperity. This act of pre-receiving creates a divine trajectory for the wealth transfer, forcing the angelic forces to deliver the promised funds immediately to the prepared space. Key 3. The mantle of stewardship, the mindset of multiplier. The final positioning is in your mind. The enemy wants you to panic when the money arrives, leading to reckless spending or irrational fear. I command you to immediately put on the mantle of stewardship. Your mentality must shift from "how can I pay my bills" to "how can I multiply this overflow to fund the kingdom and help humanity?" I am not giving you wealth for personal consumption alone. I am giving you resources for divine deployment. This mindset of the multiplier activates the perpetual flow of abundance, ensuring that your wealth is not a one-time event, but a continuous, self-sustaining fountain. The gate of favor flows endlessly for the one who views resources as a tool for kingdom expansion. The urgency of this positioning is paramount. The 72-hour sign is about to manifest. The financial acceleration is active. The wealth transfer is imminent. If you are not positioned correctly, if your vessel is cluttered, your actions passive, and your mind focused on lack, the overwhelming force of the overflow may hit and bypass you, finding a prepared vessel elsewhere. I love you too much to let you miss this moment due to negligence. You are moving through the gate of instantaneous favor now. Leave the scarcity behind. Step into the reality of continuous overflow. This is your final, irreversible step before the declaration that seals your destiny. Remain focused, take the physical action, and prepare to receive the most massive, undeniable transfer of wealth in your entire lifetime. Right? I am positioned for the overflow. In the comments to fiercely step through the gate of instantaneous favor and finalize your preparation for wealth. This is it, the climax of your financial liberation. Every blockade has been shattered, every thief has been rebuked, and every promise has been confirmed. We stand at the precipice of the instantaneous and irreversible overflow. Now, I command you to perform the final, most powerful act, the declaration of perpetual abundance. This is the seal, the signature on the divine contract that locks in your new, multi-generational destiny of wealth forever. I have led you through the storm warning, revealed the angelic blueprint for tripling your income, accelerated your timeline from 5 years to 5 days, and prepared you for the 72-hour confirmation sign. Your position is set. Your heart is aligned. The final act of faith is not a whisper or a prayer. It is a booming, undeniable prophetic declaration that resonates through the heavens and terrorizes the enemy. This is the declaration that commands the continuous, self-sustaining, and multiplying flow of resources to your life. This declaration of perpetual abundance is a spiritual master key. It ensures that your current breakthrough is not a temporary surge, but the new normal for your life and your lineage. The 7-part declaration of perpetual abundance. 1. The decree of unstoppable source. I reject the lie of limited income. My source is God, and He cannot run dry. My prosperity is perpetual and tied to the economy of the kingdom, which knows no recession. My bank account is now a conduit for infinite abundance, constantly replenished and always overflowing. 2. The decree of irreversible multiplication. The cycle of scarcity is permanently broken. I command the spirit of multiplication to rest upon every resource I touch, every seed sown, every investment made, and every dollar earned will multiply exponentially. yielding 1,000-fold return. My increase is instant, and my growth is limitless. 3. The decree of perpetual freedom from debt. The scarcity trap has no power over me. I declare that I will never again be bound by debt, lack, or obligation to the world system. I am a lender to nations and a generous giver. My freedom is absolute. My accounts are zeroed, and my surplus is overwhelming. 4. The decree of generational wealth. Anchor. I am the financial anchor for my family's future. The wealth, the wisdom, and the blessing flow through me to my children and their children. Poverty is terminated in my bloodline forever. My legacy is abundant, and my inheritance is sealed. 5. The decree of divine protection and vigilance. I activate the divine strategy against all spiritual thieves and distraction. My wealth is protected from loss, waste, and unforeseen crisis. I walk in perpetual vigilance, fully focused on the divine deployment of my vast resources. What I have received, I will not lose. 6. The decree of instantaneous manifestation. The delay is over. I command every financial promise, every hidden asset, and every angelic wealth transfer to manifest in the physical realm now. I receive the 72-hour confirmation and the full, overwhelming force of the 5-day fast-track miracle in this very moment. 7. The decree of absolute stewardship and joy. My overflow is not just for me, it is for divine deployment. I embrace the mantle of stewardship with wisdom, honor, and profound gratitude. I will use my wealth to advance the kingdom, help the poor, and live a life of joy, power, and limitless generosity. Seal the deal. This declaration is not a formality. It is the final action required by heaven. By declaring this with the ferocity of your spirit, you are locking in the perpetual flow of abundance, making your financial breakthrough a permanent, self-sustaining reality. Do not let 1 second pass without making this commitment. The battle is won, the victory is sealed, and your life is forever changed. Your new reality, the triple income, the permanent freedom from debt, the generational wealth, begins now. Never look back at scarcity. Look only at the overflowing future I have instantly activated for you. Write, "Perpetual abundance is my reality," in the comments to fiercely and finally seal this divine contract and lock in your destiny of wealth forever. You have remained focused, you have believed fiercely, and you have received the full 30,000-word revelation, the complete angelic blueprint for your instantaneous wealth transfer. This was not just a video. This was a divine visitation designed to end your struggle and accelerate your destiny. The decrees you have made are now active in the spiritual realm, and the physical manifestation of your overwhelming overflow is imminent. I have warned you against the cost of delay, revealed the strategy against distraction, and given you the absolute key to perpetual abundance. You are no longer the same person who started watching this message. You are now the designated wealth trustee for your generation, armed with the knowledge and the spiritual authority to live a life of unstoppable, limitless overflow. Your final commands. 1. Do not be silent. Your testimony is the weapon against the enemy's lies. The moment your 72-hour confirmation sign appears, the illogical deposit, the cleared debt, the massive opportunity, you must immediately share your testimony. Your story will release this same breakthrough for thousands of others. 2. Seal the overflow. If this message has ignited your faith, shattered your fear, and set your financial destiny on an irreversible course, you must not let this powerful anointing leave your house. Subscribe to this channel now to remain under the perpetual flow of these life-changing prophetic messages. 3. Deploy the blessing. Share this video with every single person you know who is still struggling under the scarcity trap. Do not hoard this revelation. Be the divine distributor you are now called to be, and release this freedom into the lives of your loved ones. Go now. The God of instantaneous abundance has spoken. Your new life of perpetual overflow has begun. I declare over you, your wealth is secured, your family is blessed, and your purpose is funded. Write, "I am the wealth trustee," in the comments now to finalize your commitment and step into your new reality.